On the set now for more Spanish specialist Sylvia Desazars de Montgaillard. Thank you so much for joining us here today. What do you think when you hear those comments from Carles Puigemont? He's speaking tonight in Barcelona to his supporters. Do you think he'll officially announce independence tonight?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, he hasn't changed his mind, and he certainly hasn't after what happened on Sunday. So he's going directly to the clash with Madrid.
And so what concretely would that mean? How would that play out, given Madrid's resistance?
Okay, Madrid, you have to think that Spain is a democracy since the Constitution of 1978, which was adopted by the Catalonians by referendum, and 90% of the Catalonians then accepted it. Okay, we are a vibrant democracy in Spain, extremely decentralized, and President Puigemont of Catalonia was invited to speak to the Spanish parliament in Madrid several times to explain his project, and he always declined. So what is going on in Spain now is a coup, not a military coup, a regional parliamentary coup, but it's a coup because Mr. Puigemont has placed himself outside the law.
Well, what are your thoughts on what the Spanish king had to say? So he is right then, in your opinion, in saying that this is something outside the law?
It is absolutely outside the law. I think everybody agrees on that. Even Mr. Puigemont, in a way, agrees it's out of the law, but he's determined to go to the end of his logic. It remembers me when the father's king spoke to the nation in '81. There was a military coup in the parliament in Spain, and he spoke to defend the democracy. This is a different context, but still, it is defending the unity of the sovereignty of the nation.
But what does then Carles Puigemont believe, really, that Catalonia will become its own country, that it will eventually join the EU? I mean, we're talking about things that seem almost impossible.
They are impossible, and this is why we need to go back and talk. Madrid and Barcelona must talk, and we need a debate about what it means. Of course, independentists are showing a rosy picture. We will stay in Europe. We won't. All this is fake. I mean, if suddenly Catalonia were to be an independent nation, everybody knows it would have to get out of the EU. It would have to queue behind Kosovo to get back. It would lose its money. It would have to devaluate. It would be a terrible crisis. But you can't keep. It's like your spouse wants to leave. It's different to tell your spouse, if you leave, you're going to leave in a way that will be economically not as good as if you stay with me. This is not a speech enough. Another speech saying, I love you, I don't want you to leave, and we must talk about our future together again, which is a different...
So do you think that this is just a bluff on the part of Carles Puigemont? He wants to do this just to get conversation going?
No. He was always offered conversations, and he never accepted them. He's a true believer of independence, and he won't change his mind. So he's going. He said he wouldn't run for the new elections. He's not willing to be the head of state of the new state. He just is a true believer, and he's breaking the Catalonian society in two. You have to think that he represents a minority of the voters. And if you look at the Catalonian parliament, 52% of the voters are against independence. And that was before all what happened. So we really need the Catalonians to vote, but in a legal, organized referendum, which is a possible thing.
All right. Sylvia, thank you so much for coming in to speak to us. Sylvia Desazars de Montgaillard, thank you so much.